What's up, guys? We're back with another video, and I'm going to be pushing some ladder on my low-level account, Outcast Trademark. If you guys want to see a classic challenge win on this account, then just tell me down below and I'll make one. But right now we're going to be playing Pekka Bridgespam on ladder, and I'll be giving you guys some low ladder tips on just how to win at this trophy range while you're low level. So the first tip is to level up only one deck, because you only want to level up one deck and to put all your resources towards that, so that when you're eventually maxing out or getting close to max out your cards, then you'll have a deck good enough to climb up in ladder. And you want this deck to be, it doesn't have to be a meta deck or anything. It just needs to be a deck that you know how to play and that you're okay with playing on ladders and that you know how to play. So it doesn't need to be anything special, just as long as you know what the cards do in your deck and you know how to play those cards at least somewhat well. You don't have to be a really good player, but as long as you know what your cards do and at least some of the interactions with those cards, then I would say it's a good deck. But you want to have your deck at least okay rounded. So you guys could probably find out how to round your deck off, what a win condition is. You guys probably all know what that is, but a win condition is basically what takes towers and what's the threat, or what's a main threat to taking towers, like a hog rider, whatnot, balloon. So those are win conditions. You need to have at least one of those in your deck. But of course, once you have your deck that you are well enough to know and play, then I would say next step is to just go on ladder and push as high as you can with it. Of course you won't win every game, but if you know your deck and you're leveling up the cards as best as you can, you should be able to see at least some progress, which is of course the main point of the game, to have progress. So right now I'm just playing Pekka Bridgespam on this account, but you could choose to level up any deck you want. It doesn't have to exactly be this deck or anything too special. Just alright, that almost got shot. But it doesn't have to be anything too special, just as long as you know the deck you're playing and some of the interactions with it, then you should be good to go. And right now, this is a pretty annoying deck I'm facing. Yeah, no way. Okay, I was about to say, if that got a shot and I don't know if that just got a shot and I ended up losing the game because of it, then that would have been kind of annoying. But right now, we just won our first game with, Pekka Bridgespam, of course. But it could be any deck that's at least alright rounded. None of these decks on top ladder are the decks you want to be upgrading, but it just needs to be somewhat, viable. It's alright if you have a Mega Knight deck with other stuff in it. Mega Knight decks are actually pretty common in this range, but they're also not too bad, because Mega Knight decks are actually pretty good at this trophy range, because you face a lot of Witch and whatnot, so it's always a good choice to level up. But you could also level up Pekka, because it's a good counter to Mega Knight, and like I said, there's a lot of Mega Knight in this area down here. But you can level up anything you want, just make sure it's a good deck you know how to play. And of course, that's the first tip, to just level up a good deck. And second tip to get out of mid-ladder is, of course, to... Okay, I was kind of thinking about the game right there. But the second tip, of course, to get out of mid-ladder is to watch pro players. Watching pro players is just what helped me get out of mid-ladder when I was stuck down here. I had no idea what I was doing. I just played this Mega Knight Witch deck, and of course I wasn't good at all. Like I guess I wasn't terrible, but I wasn't good at all. And alright, that made actually no sense, but I hope you guys know what I'm saying. Like I wasn't as good as I am now for sure. But the only reason I'm good now, or have just some knowledge of the game, is because I was watching pro players. I watched Boss and a band, like all those players that had the experience that I didn't. That's how I got better at the game. So that's also another tip to get out of Midladder, just watching pro players and watching what they do. But of course, you want to be watching, videos that pro players are making, and they have to be like cards in your deck that they're making a video on, because you don't want to be watching something that you have like nothing in common. Like you don't want to be watching a video on like how to play Balloon when you like play Hog Rider. So of course that's kind of a main thing. You only really want to be watching what you're like trying to know how to play. So here I'm just able to take that tower. Okay, that's nice. So right now, how I learned how to play Pekka was mostly from Jack CR. He's a really good Pekka player. In fact, probably one of the best in my opinion. But of course, you can learn from any other Pekka player or any other CR player that's playing the deck you want to learn. So, or a deck similar to what you want to learn. But as long as the videos, about cards you have in like your deck, then you should be alright to, learn some interactions with the cards in your deck, which is what I did. So here we're able to take the win, of course. But this is a Pekka video, of course. So if you guys want to learn how to play Pekka, then of course watch Jack CR. Because of course I'm no pro Pekka player, but I guess I have some idea on how to play it, probably more than the normal player. And okay, this was actually extremely unlucky. I have no air counters in sight, and that's a level 12 balloon. Then we're just gonna go fireball zap. Hopefully I don't get one shot. And alright, I guess that was the best I could defend that, but okay. So the third tip that I have for you guys is to never, ever, ever, I mean never, spend like anything like gems or anything on anything else than what's beneficial to your deck. So if it's not spending gems to like, okay, let me rephrase that. You don't want to be spending gems on anything that's not helping level up your cards. So you don't want to really be spending anything on emotes or, gemming up chests. Like, not that type of stuff. Like, you don't want to be doing that, because when you do that, you're just slowing down your progression, and then slowing down, what to do, or what to upgrade on your deck, which means you won't be getting out of Midladder any faster with low level cards. But of course, this kind of brings me back to my first point, but leveling up a control deck like Graveyard or Ice Bow or something like that, those are the type of decks you want to be leveling up. I don't think I said this earlier, but you want to be leveling up those type of decks. The type of decks where it's like a control with Ice Wizard, Tornado, Knight, those type of decks. And those decks are really beneficial to be upgrading, because you're able to, have better matchups in more games, which is obviously what you want. You want good matchups, and a good deck is Graveyard. And leveling up Graveyard is a really, really solid option when looking what to level up, or like a Graveyard deck, if I may. So, of course, that's what I think on what you should be leveling up, but I guess there's always other stuff you can be, and hopefully this does. Okay, I'm gonna need to fireball that. Alright, let's just fireball it now, and then quickly Electro Wizard, and we're gonna be able to take the win. So, hopefully you guys are watching this in the background, because this is kind of what you want to do at this trophy range. But here, we're gonna be able to take the win. This is gonna be my last game, but of course, those are the tips. Just level up a control deck. Never be spending gems on basically anything. What you want to be spending your gems on is global tournament rewards or classic challenge, grand challenges, those type of sorts, to be able to level up your cards faster, which will in turn get you out of Midladder. And of course, watch pros. I can't stress that more than I guess I can just saying it, because leveling up your cards isn't gonna, of course, do you any good if you don't know how to use them, and pro players, of course, know what they're doing. So, yeah, just that's what you want to do. Hopefully, you guys have at least learned something from this. I know I was kind of just ranting most of the time, but that's kind of what you want to be doing. And, yeah, so right now I'm just going to go back to, I guess, commentating, or just start commentating, because I don't think I was. But right now I'm against Darwin from Heaven's Arsenal, and he's playing a pretty weird deck, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. And we're just gonna go Fireball on this, because, oh wow, that was a really good, really solid tornado. Was not expecting that out of him. But yeah, that was a really solid tornado. I have not seen someone do that down here, so maybe he's got some skill at least. But right now I'm still kind of confused on what his win condition is, or if it's just like a Ram Rider. Could just be a Ram Rider. Wouldn't be too surprised. Then we're just gonna go in for a Battle Ram in front of this. Maybe push a little bit. And he's gonna Fireball, so really no point in doing anything there. So we're just gonna go Electro Wizard. He might go in for the Ram. Then I'll just go in for the Pekka. And we're just gonna Dark Prince in front. And we're just gonna Pekka. And he actually played that. I didn't even notice. I don't think that fully counters, so wow, that was actually really lucky on my part. We're gonna go in for the Battle Ram. It's gonna force out something. So he's gonna play his Fireball. We're gonna go in for our Bandit as well. And this is going in hot here. We're just gonna play our Dark Prince. Hopefully that gets a shot. It doesn't, but Fireball will finish it off, and we're gonna be able to take the dub. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you guys liked it, like and subscribe. Just comment down below if you have any more questions. I might be able to help you guys out more if I just explained in the comments. But yeah, if you guys want to see a classic challenge video, or how to win a classic challenge, I could make a video on this account for it. I'll be coming out with some videos for the triple draft tournament, and me getting to like 15-20 wins, maybe hopefully 30, but we'll have to see about that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.